Welcome, peeps, to the next episode of Telework Tips. This is part 8. This one is a direct response to a comment that I saw on Telework Tips part 6 last week. And it reads, "Do you loose your apps or documents? I am always afraid of loosening things I don't want to. Thank you for speaking about the voice." And for about the voice, I think this person is talking about microphones. You go at 1055. I get even more in depth about testing your microphones and your headphones in Teleworks Part 7. But in this episode, we're going to talk about how to not lose your files. And the trick is to always know where they are. That's the first thing. Starting, I've got Outlook open, hooked up to my Gmail. It's a little bit easier for me to obfuscate or redact things so you can't see them in here. But why I start here is because one of the things that I experience a lot when I'm assisting somebody at technical support is attachments and from emails not working because people don't know where they're saved. They don't understand why this is important. Because if you just open an attachment from the Outlook desktop application, it saves it to your hard drive, but you don't know where. It saves it to a temporary folder, and you don't have control of that folder. But if you're always in control of your files, that means you'll always know where they are. And if you always know where they are, you won't lose them. Why this happens is because you train yourself to remember where they are. So check out this example. I emailed myself the logo / watermark that I use for my YouTube channel that my friend Jahi made. If I click this little down arrow next to the attachment, I can hit Save As. Magic. Now this window here is a program called Explorer, which I'm going to explain more about in a minute. Make a mental note. This program that it opened when I hit Save As is called Explorer. Not Internet Explorer, just Explorer. So let's say I just wanted to save it in Documents. I can use this left scroll bar to choose Documents. That's one way to do it. Boop. Now, I can open Explorer a couple different ways. I could open a Start menu and type the word Explorer and find File Explorer. That opened. Let's say I go over to Documents. That's just where I saved it. And I scroll down. I can see it right here. And I can open up the file. That's the small version. Like I said, the watermark that goes in the corner of my YouTube videos. You should see it down here. But let's say I want to manage my files in a more in-depth way. Here's an example with a Microsoft Word file. This is document stuff. Save as. Let's get a little more creative. I can right-click in this little spot right here. Believe it or not, you can right-click right here and get control of everything in here. This is where I do it. I would hit New Folder. Or you can hit this New Folder button right there. But I like it this way because it always works. Because what if this button isn't there? So I hit New Folder. And I could put important documents. It's just all caps, just so you guys can see it better. This is a document stuff. Save. What I've done there is two things. I've removed the file from Outlook's control. So if Outlook crashes in the middle of me working on the document, I'm fine. Second, I know where the file is because I did it myself. Now it's important to not just make folders all the time and put stuff all over the place. Have a limited set of folders. That way, you'll get used to what kind of files you save and where. Like for example, if I open up Explorer, and by the way, I like to use a shortcut, which is just the Windows button on your keyboard. It looks like the 4 little squares. Use that and the letter E, and it just opens up Explorer. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can just type the word Explorer in the Start menu and open up File Explorer. Same program. So I know I saved it in Documents, Important Documents. And it's right here. I can open it up. This is a document stuff. It has things in it. Like me typing in all caps. Rule to remember. Caps lock is cruise control for yelling. Don't use it. Kinks. Okay, so here's the next trick about not losing your files. Control S. What's Control S, you ask? It's save. I don't have to go poking around here. I don't have to go choosing where the file's going to be. So I already know where the file is. All I have to do is hit Control S. If I close this, I'm back in Explorer because that window's still open, and open it. There's my document. Now, what if you do get into a position where either one of the two following things happens? You have a file open and you don't know where it's saved, or you want to save another version of the file, or you want to save it somewhere else. I'll lump that all into the scenario 2. But if you don't know where it's saved, you can hit File, Save As. And all in Word, they make you hit Browse so you can get back to Explorer again, right? Not all programs do that. If you do this, you're got back in Explorer again, and you get more control. Again, if the file is in a place you don't know where it is, you can check up here, just read it. You just click up here past these little arrows. By the way, they're called breadcrumbs. I don't know why they came up with that term. But you can just see what that path is and go, oh, what if you don't want it in that path? You can copy paste this, open up Explorer, Windows button E, go to the top there, erase that, and hit paste and hit enter. Now you can move the file somewhere else, but you should, in this case, close Word first. But if you want another version or a backup, you can just simple like this. Backup. But the point is, Explorer is your bestest friend in Windows. And if you know how to use 2 or 3 things in it, you won't lose your files. And the next thing we want to talk about is custom folders. They're going to save your life, and they're going to save your file. For example, if you check out this folder, C, and then video, those are all the projects that I'm working on for YouTube right now. Some of these may or may not become videos. Most of them will. If I go back, we've got my backup and also the archive of videos I've already uploaded to YouTube. But basically, when you open up File Explorer, you'll probably be looking at this. The place you want to go is this PC. That's what you want. Then you're going to see stuff, devices and drives. Those are like your computer's hard drive or whatever. I'm pretty much geeked out, and I've got this maxed out with a bunch of things. Don't worry about that. You'll probably just have a C drive. And you want to keep an eye on the capacity and what's called utilization. So this one, if I right click on the C drive and hit Properties, used space, 452 gigs, free space, 23 gigs, and capacity is 475. These are all very important numbers to me, because if I'm working on YouTube videos and I know I just have a bunch of projects that are going to go on there, and I know those projects are going to be 16 gigs, I have to make sure I have room on there for it to go on there. Otherwise, I have to take stuff and offload it to another drive. And the other thing, and I made a couple previous videos about this, is to always have a backup. I've been backing up my stuff to these new hard drives that I put in my computer. I can open 2 Explorer windows side by side. I'm just going to hit Windows button E to open one of them. And then I'm going to hit Windows button and the right arrow. Put that one over there. And I don't want this right now, so I'm going to hit Escape. And then Windows button E to open up another one and put that on the left side. Now I have 2 of them. And this is actually how I offload stuff from the C drive all the time to my I drive. So here's a folder I actually want to move. And in your case, let's say you're backing up. Either way is fine. If I know there's plenty of space, I'll just go ahead and copy paste it right now. But if I don't, I'm going to right click it and hit Properties, right? Okay. And then in this one, I'm looking at the I drive. If I go back to where I could see the I drive, I can hit Properties on that. This is 31 gigs, this folder. And the free space on this side is 2.88 terabytes. Well, 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigs, so whatever. I have 2,800 something gigs free. So if I go over to here and hit videos where I want to move my folder, in your case it'll be wherever you want to move it, and I want to cut and paste it because I don't want it over here anymore on this side. I want it over there on that hard drive. I want to offload the folder. Let's say you're just copying, you just want to choose the copy option and then copy paste it. but I'm going to hit cut, and then I'm going to go over here. Now this part's really important. You want to right click between this line, which is really hard to see. I know, it's kind of stupid, and highlighting any of these. You might even have it in a view like this, right? The rule's the same. You still don't want to click on any of these because you don't want to open up the folder. If you want it in this folder right here, you right click right there in between them and you hit paste. And then you're going to get this beautiful progress bar that lets you know it's doing that thing you asked it to do. And guess what program is running this little tiny window? If you guessed Explorer, you guessed right. If you guessed something else, then maybe you have some things in your environment that are distracting you and you might want to watch the video again, lol. But that's going to finish up, and I'm going to finish up this video by thanking you for watching and to tell you about our sponsors, you. This is not a monetized channel. I don't make money for doing this. How can you help me? Well, you can click like, you can click subscribe. Well, they're both over there, lol. But really helps me, and which pushes the YouTube algorithm and gives me ideas for future videos, is if you go down and write comments in the comment section below. If you're on a web browser on a computer, you just scroll down and you see it. Looks like this section right down here. If you're on a smartphone, you have to make sure your phone is in portrait mode, not landscape, to where the video gets super tiny. I know, I hate it too. And pause it. And then scroll down forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until you get to the very bottom. Other videos that you might want to check out are stuff with my son. This Game Sir keyboard that we checked out. It was funny calling it Game Sir over and over again. And then there's one with a black hole where I confront older me. Why is there a black hole in the basement, bro? That was something you did? And this video where my son is helping me upgrade my computer. Thanks for watching. I've been Robert Gene, signing out. Bye.